Hello and good afternoon, everyone. I'm day weather meteorologist Don Watzel with your afternoon video update for Friday, January 29th. We've still had some localized strong winds across the state on this Friday, affecting portions of I-80 and South Pass. They are looking to decrease as we head into the overnight with adjacent plains having some breezy winds this afternoon, decreasing as well. Light snow and snow showers over the western mountains and valleys will start to spread eastward as we head into Saturday. Not expecting anything heavy, certainly, over the lower elevations, just enough to create a dusting on some roadways and adjacent grassy areas. We're also going to see some increasing winds along sections of I-80 Saturday as a trough of low pressure races across the central Rockies, continuing east through the Missouri Valley. Then Sunday through early next week, specifically Monday and Tuesday, weather conditions are looking quiet and dry and quite pleasant as we get ready to start February. But is something brewing after Tuesday? We shall take a look here in a moment. First things first, as we finish up our Friday and head into that weekend, this yellow shaded area continuing to see some strong wind gusts today and this afternoon. Throughout the day, especially after 8 o'clock this morning, I-80 from about Elk Mountain to Arlington and just west of Laramie has been getting some occasional strong wind gusts of 45 to even 55 miles an hour. Another trouble spot has been Wyoming 28 along South Pass. That section has received some occasional gusts over 60 through this afternoon, and that's caused some travel headaches and travel restrictions for light and high profile vehicles. The rest of the yellow shaded area has received gusts around 35 to 45. Those winds will subside tonight from the southwest with occasional gusts around 25 to 35, especially during the evening hours. Otherwise, mainly dry with light to breezy winds over much of the eastern part of Wyoming, continuing further west around the Bighorn Basin. Light to moderate snow over the western mountains and valleys will continue, with the heaviest amounts, of course, around the western mountains near the Tetons. Mountain passes through Saturday morning could get another 3 to 6 inches of new snow, with 1 to 3 inches and a little less over the adjacent plains and valleys. Light snow will spread over the Bighorns as well as the southwestern plains, with a trace to about up to an inch possible through Saturday morning. Here's the light snow that spreads over the plains and surrounding mountain areas in the north, central, and south. Again, not really expecting anything with these. Heavy dusting, half inch, maybe up to an inch in some localized spots on the plains, 1 to 2 inches maybe for the high elevations. Morning moderate snow over the western mountains will become widely scattered through the day, eventually dissipating by late afternoon, but drying conditions everywhere Saturday night. Again, as our trough of low pressure kind of accelerates and races across through the Missouri Valley, it's going to create a brief pressure difference that will result in some stronger wind gusts along and south of I-80 from about Wamsutter heading into Nebraska. Gusts could be about 40 to 50 miles an hour. It's also going to send a cool front over the state and briefly cool us off for the first half of the weekend. Then for Sunday, as we close out January, looking pretty good. Dry statewide, warmer temperatures along and east of the Continental Divide, more seasonal readings to the west. Winds generally light to breezy with some late morning and afternoon gusts up to over 30 miles an hour in the central wind-prone areas, but certainly not looking at any widespread high winds like we had over the past couple of weeks. Now let's take a glimpse of what next week could occur. Here we have a map of the upper level atmosphere Monday afternoon. As you can see, we have a nice big ridge of high pressure spreading over much of the Intermountain West, blanketing Wyoming and the surrounding region. This usually means dry, quiet weather, mild temperatures, and occasional breezy winds that might mix down to the surface, but overall conditions looking pretty good. This would be representative of Monday and Tuesday. Here's a map of Wednesday afternoon. As you can see, we have a pretty much large-scale pattern shift. Large high pressure over the eastern Pacific. That typically opens a door for a long wave trough out of Canada to drop south, and if this transpires, we could be looking at a big change in our weather come Wednesday into Thursday and Friday. If this system holds out, it could develop a nice, strong Colorado low pressure area over the Front Range, typically conducive to widespread snow and wind over much of Wyoming. Now, we're certainly not going to take these snow amounts as gospel this far out, but we could be looking at some widespread accumulations across much of Wyoming. As you can see, here's Wyoming here and the surrounding states, Colorado, Nebraska, even Idaho and portions of Montana could get in on some pretty good snow amounts mid to late next week. Here's something else that could happen. This is a forecasted map of high temperatures next Saturday. That is cold. Of course, again, we're not going to take these at face value at this time, but it does signal a potential shift to much colder temperatures as we head into February compared to what we've had so far this winter. A long wave trough could blanket much of the central United States and pretty much keep a conveyor belt of cold waves of low pressure coming in, keeping us much below normal as we head further into the month of February. This is certainly something we're going to watch throughout the weekend and early next week to kind of help you prepare if you have travel plans heading into February. Thanks for listening and watching. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next time.